Hello everybody. It's a wonderful winter day. I'm excited to draw. I hope you are too. I've got with me today my Sharpies, I've got paper, glitter glue, a white crayon for resist. I've got a flat brush and I've made up a thin paint wash of a grayish blue. I've also got my markers, my colored pencils here, and some inspiration. So this is what I'm taking for inspiration today. Sometimes you use images to draw from as reference images, learning how to draw, like say the excavator. And then sometimes you find something that inspires you. And so this card from Rifle Paper Company is inspiring because I really like the snow globe style with a small base and the snow falling, and it makes me think of snow globes from when I was a child. So I want to draw a snow globe today. I've played around with different styles of snow globes. I really like these little string bows, so I think I'd like to add one of those on. And you could also even do a snow globe in a mason jar. So that's another idea. So our inspiration today, pulling from the card, and we're going to draw a snow globe. So pull out your fine Sharpie and let's get started. The first shape we're going to draw is a curved line that's going to be the top of the snow globe. So let's go up, around, and down. Now to make that curve, you can use your finger to draw a line a couple times till you're ready, and then put that marker down and draw that curved line. The base underneath is going to follow that same curved line. After you make the base on either side, follow the curved line, and there's your base. All right, so in your snow globe, you can decide if you want to put trees, a snowman, maybe you want to put a bird like I did in this one. You could put a stack of presents, you could put a Santa Claus, you could put anything you want in your snow globe. You get to decide. Today, I'm loving these curved trees that kind of curve in. So I'm really thinking about those. We have a lot of fir trees around our house, and they kind of remind me of that. So I'm going to draw a few trees that curve inward. Nice sturdy bases on them. And then the one in the middle can stand up tall. These are kind of wonky looking trees. They make me happy that they're just kind of wonky looking. Now I'm thinking that I've been seeing some birds out as I take walk. It's not as many birds as normally I see, but I want to put a little bird up here that's up in the tree. Just feels like this a little bright red or bright blue bird would be kind of nice. So one bird there. I might like it to be balanced, so I want a second bird somewhere. So maybe I'm going to put another one right up here. All right, that bird's a little closer or bigger. So now I've got my 3 trees, I've got some birds, and then I'm going to make the snow that's on the ground. I don't want it to be too straight of a line. I want it to look like some lumpy snow. Snow kind of falls, and sometimes the wind blows and it drifts a little bit. So I'll make a few little lines to indicate that the snow is not completely flat. Okay, now I need my crayon, the white crayon for resist. So this is going to make the snow in the background. And so I'm going to take a little edge there and use that to draw little circular shapes for the snowflakes. You have to press hard in order to get some of that wax to just set in the paper, and then the wax will push away the paint that I put down. Now you could put some snow on the trees if you want, so you could decide to use your crayon to make snow on the branches if you want. Now I'm going to leave the white of the paper for here, down here for this part of the snow, so I'll leave that there. So I've mixed up, I'll slide these out the way and pull up here. I've used my lid of my paints, of my tempera paint cake, and I've mixed a wash with some blue and some brown to make a nice gray. I'm gonna use a nice big flat brush. And I've got a rag here to wipe my brush on. And then as I thin that out, I'm gonna see those little snowflakes appear where I used a crayon to make a little wax resist. Now I can see this brush is not working so well with all those tiny spaces, so I'm gonna move to a round brush and see if that will work a little better. Oh yes, I'm liking that a lot better. So close to the edges, I have to slow down, and in the middle, I can speed up. I'm gonna need to make a little bit more of the wash. Now, one of the things is that normally the glass will have a reflection, and I'm kind of thinking about that now and wanting to draw in a little reflection right there. So I've got that in there, and I'll go ahead and make up some more wash using some water, a little bit of blue, and then a little bit of brown. Let's get a little bit more of a blue color in there. I can pick up some of this excess from over here and move it right on over in between the other two trays. So we haven't had snow yet this year, not here where I live, but I am really looking forward to snow and hoping that we get snow. Some years we get more than other years, but if we don't get any snow, then we love to go up to the mountains and ski or snowboard or sled in the snow. So that's what we do. I wonder what you do out in the snow, if you get lots of snow where you live, if you like to go sledding or ice skating or skiing or snowboarding. Maybe you even do cross-country skiing or snowshoeing. All of those fun things that you can do out when it's snowing. When it snows, I love how quiet it gets. Like everything seems so still. I think the snow maybe absorbs all those sounds, and it's so quiet and still out, and that's something I love about the snow. I wonder what you like about the snow. If you even like the snow, maybe you're somebody that you don't really like the snow. Maybe you like to go out and build a snowman, build a fire inside, have some hot chocolate. Okay, look at that. Now you could take and dilute this little water even a little bit more and make just the tiniest little shadows for the snow here. I like that. Now while I'm working with the tempera paint, I think I'm just gonna keep doing this all in paint instead of switching over to my markers. So I'm gonna add a little bit of white here for the tree to make a resist. And I'm gonna make these kind of like little zigzaggy lines on the side. They're pretty wonky, not very neat and tidy at all. You'll see they're gonna pop up here when I start painting this tree green. And I'm gonna let it just mix right in with the other color that was already there. It looks like I'll need quite a bit of green for that. I could add in a little bit of blue to make this more of a blue-green, or I can take and add just a little bit of red and so that it's not such a bright green. There we go. I want it to be a little bit more of an evergreen. I had to wipe my brush there real quick. Now we should see some of those marks from the crayon resist popping up for some snow-covered branches. It'll where the wax, where I pushed harder, the paint really won't adhere. It pushes away. The wax resists it. But where I didn't push as hard, you can see it. The white lines are a little fainter. So when you go to do yours, make sure you push hard with that crayon if you want to have really strong white lines show up. Just a little bit more. Okay, this is the end of my evergreen trees there. Now I need some brown for the base. Now that looks kind of like an orangey brown. We're going to add in just a little bit of blue. And ooh, I like that brown. That's a nice rich brown for a tree trunk. I think I'll use that for the wood base as well. Okay, so this is coming together. I've got those birds left to paint at the top or to use markers for. I've used paint on everything else, so I think I'd like to use paint again, but I'm going to move to a small brush and I'll use another paint well in order to mix up a red. Now that looks really orangey, so I'm going to mix in a little pink with it. Okay, that's a little bit more like a red that I would like for this bird. I'm going to use my finger to press against there so that I can very carefully paint this red bird. When I have the lines a little bit, I can just pick up a little bit of that paint, and then I will draw the other red bird. Okay, now I feel like I want to do a little bow down here, and I really think that that's going to need to be red to balance out the birds. So I'm going to slide these things aside, grab a thin either marker or a colored pencil that's red, and then I want to draw these little type of string bows here. I really like them, and some curved ends. And then I feel like that string is gonna go around, so I'll turn this and draw this right at the edge of the white so you can see the string. There we go. And then I'm ready to write something on it if I want. So if you want to write Merry Christmas, Let It Snow, Happy Holidays, you could add some writing to this. So I hope you enjoyed this. Painting, drawing, coloring a snow globe. Your last thing that you might want to do is take out your glitter glue and go over your snowflakes, if you've got glitter glue, and on your tree, and add a little shine of a sparkle to your snow. Now remember, with glitter glue, you need to let that dry for a couple hours. If you go to touch it and it's not dry, it'll just get on your hand. It's washable, but it might make a mess on your page. So I'm going to add glitter glue to my trees and then some to the background. I hope you enjoyed drawing with me. See you next time.